Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to December!
Detty December is a statement that makes the average Lagosian feels a combination of anticipation, excitement, a little bit of anxiety because of the chaos upcoming, right? It's supposed to be a 1 month to a 6 week activity where Lagos feels like Miami, where Lagos feels like Las Vegas. Because a lot of things happen during this December. That's when the parties, the boats, the festivals, the concerts, everything crammed up into just 6 months of enjoyment. Just starting around the last week of November to give or take the first week of January. Honestly, if you're an IJGB and you're still in Nigeria after the first week of January, you're very, very unserious or you're unemployed. I'm just saying. But lately, the vibe has started to shift, right? People are no longer feeling as happy and as comfortable, and they're beginning to uncover a lot of things that are actually wrong with us in December, starting with the country itself, Nigeria. So, are we beginning to lose the Let's December magic, or are we just opening our eyes to things that have already been there? Hi, hi, hi. My name is Stephanie, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is, can we discuss the economic and political state of the after effects of 30 December? Obviously, if you on the internet, you do know that statement is gotten from Jaden Smith's that meme, basically.
It's like, dude, like, oh my god, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
So this video is just talking about, are we slowly seeing the downfall of 30 December? Because I low key think we are. Dirty December. Let's start from the very beginning. Dirty December is an unofficial holiday, right? It's supposed to mark the Christmas and the New Year season. But now, like I said, it starts from the last week of November where TikTok begins to text X or Twitter. Twitter begins to chatter talking about, oh, you start hearing that sound, welcome to December. Where batch A, batch B, batch C, down to batch Q start coming into Lagos, right? Everybody starts trooping in from all over the world. Family members basically coming back to enjoy the exchange rates being in their favor and against us. And it's also because the citywide celebrations are around this period. Nigeria doesn't have concerts and events throughout the year like that, unless you are part of the early few that get tickets, or like me that work in marketing and get to attend this kind of events. So everything is cramped up into 6 weeks of enjoyment. There's back to back Ilashe, back to back concerts, back to back parties, back to back motifs, back to back festivals, because December is peak period. And not only are they catering to just those that live here in Lagos, mostly to those that actually live in diaspora and how the foreign currency will benefit them as the business owners. So when would I say this December really took off? It took off around the year 2016 when a tweet surfaced that shows Mr. Easy using the word dirty in his concert in Ghana, right? And it was adapted to December. And I would say the last normal December we had was in 2019, I would say. I had just finished secondary school and I hadn't started going out yet, but I was eager to start going out. 2020 was when all of us were locked at the house. Everybody wanted to go out. So 2020 December was when everything began to kick off because it felt like everyone's really trying to make age, right? Everybody wanted to do everything that they had missed throughout the year. People felt that 2020 had taken a lot from them, so they had to make sure the game be back. That was I think I was in my second year of university, and everything felt so much bigger than before. The concerts felt bigger, the events felt bigger, the party felt bigger. I think that period was when the traffic really started. Typically, I'm Igbo, right? So I would normally go to the village for December. And a lot of other Igbo people will as well. But I noticed that everybody just didn't move. Like we were still in Lagos in December. Because typically, mommy would say that, oh, the roads typically be free after everybody go back to their village. But that period, people didn't go back to their village and it was back to back traffic. But you can't blame them. That's December didn't just become popular by accident. Everybody began to do their quote unquote homecoming tours. After going round the world during the course of the year, they always come back in December to try and give us, the last tour for the year to close out an amazing musical year for them. And as for much of the year, Lagos social calendar, like I said, has been packed into one period where concerts, stage plays, food festivals, and massive O&Bs back to back always happen. Because I always wonder, a lot of people do happen to get married in December, and yet I didn't get invited to one.
Never in my life have I witnessed more weddings in a December than this year. Did they say that if people don't get married this December, then people will not get married again? Is there like a cut-off mark? What is going on? Everybody's getting married every day in this December. Crazy.
Let me not make it sound like Detty December is all bad, because it really isn't. Celebrate our friends in the diaspora that come back, aka the I just got back, the IJGBs. They come back, get to see our friends, our families we haven't seen throughout the years. And if you're big fans of celebrities, you finally get to see them play in concerts or in during events that you may not have seen them happen throughout the year. Because imagine my surprise when I actually found out that Show Them Camp had the show on my birthday, but like I didn't see it, and I felt like weird. But anyway, I got to share them cap in December, so everybody's happy. So yeah, it became a global cultural phenomenon, and social media definitely helped to amplify it, because it's no longer just people that have family coming back. It's people that don't have anything coming back as well. I don't know, say you don't have anything, like you don't have any family here. It's just like a visiting spot, right? It feels like going to Miami or going to Las Vegas for them. Just come back, get accommodation. You could honestly open TikTok and begin to figure out what you want to do, and you definitely make friends because it's a small place. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody that you know, so definitely you're not always in. During this period, businesses also benefit. You guys, the short leg guys cash out, the makeup artists, those guys that do boats, that do beach houses, that host events, tailor shops, nail technician, the hairdressers. Nobody cashes out like those guys.
I'm in Vegas for December, so you know what that means. Let's get my hair done for $60.
And it's also a massive injection of the foreign exchange into the Nigerian economy that helps clubs, businesses, and any other business that runs in this December hit their annual target or their quarterly target in just 1 month. But what's the big deal about this December? It's just December, isn't it? The ultimate sign of the decline of this December, in my opinion, is the general exhaustion. Everybody is tired. It's the same routine: traffic, concert, club, wedding, club, party, concert, festival, club, beach, club. I don't know. So far, I don't even go to the club that much, but I do see a lot of people in the club, so I'm guessing that's typically what happens.
Would you believe me if I told you you could get your hair done at the club? Well, you can. Welcome to Boho in Lagos, Nigeria. This is one of the most insane clubs I've ever been to. It's like a speakeasy market when you first walk in, and then you make your way through this huge maze of people and sections. It's kind of trippy to get through, but once you get through, turn up a little bit and you make your way to the girls' room. This is literally the Barbie dream house of club bathrooms. When you come in, you just let them know what you want done to your hair. I told her I wanted my curls touched up, and she did just that. They had every product and tool imaginable. The hairdressers were so nice and so helpful, making sure everyone looked good, okay? After she did my hair, I was picture ready, and I literally had a photo shoot in the bathroom. I was mind blown, to say the least. This was one of my best club experiences ever. I can fall for more.
So the question people are now asking is, how did you get here? December is supposed to be celebration of Christmas. You know, Jesus' birthday in the church. Like the whole reason why we have a holiday around that period in the first place. But yet the focus has entirely shifted to material things and to show off who can enjoy themselves the most. Just aside, I have my script here and it's quite long, so I couldn't really cram it. So I'm going to be reading out some of it, right? So the current portrayal of extravagant events on social media also creates significant psychological stress. There's big FOMO. Like this December is heavily amplified on platforms like TikTok, X, Instagram, which showcase a highly polished and luxurious lifestyle. People feel compelled to participate in high cost social activity come with appearances, even when they necessarily cannot afford to. There's also the facade of enjoyment. The pressure forces many to put a facade of enjoyment despite feeling exhausted, financially strained, or anxious, or even in emotional distress. That mental health experts had even said is a growing issue during that period. Then there's a widening inequality, which is very funny considering the whole Nepo, Lakpo, and Makubibi conversation we're having right now. But what was once relatively communal celebration has become overtly exclusive, heavily favoring the affluent, aka the Nepo babies, that are all well connected, and which generates resentment among those who feel shut out of this kind of activities. So ultimately, the biggest part of the decision of the realization is that it's actually just a month. It's just 31 days. And January is quite a long month after. Because if you don't, especially if you don't always get like 13th month, that's gonna be a long period after. So the downfall isn't that people are staying home, right? It's just that the original inclusive joy is beginning to fade away. And it's now replaced by expensive, stressful, exclusive, and arguably overrated performances. And the spirit of Lagos will always celebrate. Celebration will love a good party, right? Perhaps the era of mandatory or consuming Dirty December is finally fading. The slow decline of Dirty December, the shift. So, as much as we love this December, like I said, there has been a shift and people are starting to notice, right? December is meant to bring excitement, economic activities, people make memories, concerts, people make a lot of memories during December. They reunite with friends, and for a few weeks, Lagos is the city that never sleeps. Honestly, never was a normal day, but December, it really never sleeps. In recent years, the energy has shifted from celebratory to stressful. The same factors that built December are the ones slowly bringing them down. There's first of all the financial hangover and the pricing out of locals because everything during that period is catered to those coming from abroad or from the diaspora. Those who actually live here can no longer afford to live in their own state, right? The Nigerians' high economic severe climate with the inflation of naira and the inflation of product and devaluation of naira, which means that the whole IGBs can spend freely with their dollars, euros, and pounds, and us earning in naira can basically not afford anything. Especially Uber.
44,000 naira for Uber. Oh my God, with Jesus. Lagos, what's going on, man? Lagos, what's going on? These Uber prices are not even making sense any longer. That's really half of my salary. I'm not even coming back. I don't know how I'm going to come back just to go. Don't get me started on traffic. Please, I just go back. I think it's time for you to go back. We are already populated. Stop adding to our already populated population. I think this period now is for me to just get a car and start Uber. That's where the money is at. The money is at Uber driver. Holding tight. That man get money this period.
There's the IGB tax, like services from both an Uber fare to VIP tables to shortlet hike that exclusively cater to those abroad, and a ticket to major Afrobeat show that costs a fraction of a foreign monthly salary is now equivalent to a local's monthly rent or a few bags of rice.
Everybody's talking about Fly Time Fest and their crazy December concert ticket prices for the right reason. Because what is going on in Lagos right now? I've been attending Fly Time Fest since 2018 and I have seen the prices go from 50k to 300k. Note, that is 6 years. And yes, things have gotten more expensive in Nigeria, but like multiplying the price by 6 within the span of 6 years is a little bit insane.
Then there's also the industry shift, where businesses have realized that their most profitable customer segment comes in December. This leads to a wholesale repricing of Lagos, making the city feel like it's actively outpricing the very people who live here January to December. Also, because of social media and FOMO fatigue, who created the buzz now breeds anxiety, right? The endless stream of highly curated content. Come with get ready with me, the come with me, let's attend this event, the glamorous Instagram story. You know we love a good aesthetic in Lagos. The Lagos girls, we love a good aesthetic, right? We have to keep up the image of enjoyment just to keep up with the online narrative. So the pressure to have a dirty December, honestly, me included, right, has ironically become a major source of stress, leading to a massive financial and emotional crash out among all of us in the drawn out month of January. Because sometimes when you look back at your calendar, I just be like, what the hell did I spend money on? Like, did I really need to spend 100,000 naira on this particular thing? Not me though. Y'all stay safe. Funny enough, there's the Lagos girls with IGB girls, which I think is actually a very stupid conversation, I would say. Because I don't think anybody that has sense should be really having a conversation. And it's also regarding the men. Let's talk about that on a non-commentary state. Why are Nigerian men suddenly so desirable to everybody else because they quote unquote spend money? Those men are stressing us out. So I don't get what the whole thing about this is. Social dynamics have reached a boiling point, often played out on social media with viral tweets and TikToks. Tension between the Lagos girls and the IGB girls often spill over into club scenes, social gatherings, frequently centered around competition for the attention of men. Blech. And there's also the logistical nightmare and the infrastructure that Lagos can actually not handle that in December. There's traffic paralysis, there's overcrowdedness, there's no lights. Try the traffic. People keep moving up and down with convoys that we actually do not need. Like the road is already tight as it is. So why are you that nobody knows who your father is moving with a convoy of three trucks with policemen inside? Don't they have things to go and do with themselves? So let's quickly talk about the economics of this December. This is where I can flex my degree a little bit. If anybody doesn't know, I did study economics in school. So yeah, I'm actually a finance girly at heart. And I also wrote a Substack with the same title as this video. They can also go and read. That will have like this part. It's in more like economic terms that you probably enjoy, but let me just read this part. Right? Economically, this December is fascinating because there are price surges, events packed together, and a lot is going on behind the scenes that most people don't notice. Take, for instance, price discrimination, right? The LGBT children from abroad are treated differently than the locals because they pay in foreign currency, giving them Massive purchasing advantage. Businesses raise prices knowing that foreigners can pay and locals often get priced out. For example, someone talked about the whole walking to a boutique in Lekki, and she saw the price of the dress and was like, "Oh my god, this is so expensive." And they were like, "Oh, but like I have a British accent, so that means you earn in pounds. So like it shouldn't be cheap for like it shouldn't be expensive for you," which I think is very crazy to see as someone that works in a store.
Detty December is low-key ruining Lagos. And what I don't understand yet is, from my experience, from what I see, a large contribution of that is Nigerians doing it to Nigerians. For example, I'm going to give you 3 examples. The first example is I went to a boutique 2 days ago on Admiralty Way, or Road in Lekki, and there was this dress. It was nice. It was a nice dress. It wasn't necessarily a statement piece, but it was a nice dress. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, how much this cost?" And she kept saying, "Oh, like at the end, like I'll give you a discount. Just like look through what you like, and then I'll give you a discount." And then we did. Bro, when someone's saying that, I already know, voila. But cool. So at the end, when she basically divided the cost of each dress, I wanted 3 dresses. Each dress was going to cost 290k. 290k, yeah, is like £145, right? Roughly around £145. And when I was just like, bro, it doesn't look like it's worth that price, yeah. That's around like $170. She was just like, "Man, you know, with Detty December coming, obviously," she was just like, "Are you not from the UK?" It's nothing. It's only she was doing the calculation on my behalf. Now, what I don't think, I thought, and I've seen this pricing a lot when it's kind of like that December period, where to some degree people are banking on foreign exchange coming in. Now, when in my personal experience, when it comes to clothing, unless a piece, like I don't think some vendors, like clothing vendors, they'll be like, "Oh well, you're not my target audience. They're looking for people who've got the money to spend it." Lagos girls have the money, but they're not going to be spending that on every single piece of item.
Accommodation is another example. We have seen so many videos of the this December pricing where an apartment that typically will cost like 90k is being costed at like 300k to get out to people. People have said they have made phone calls to the guys doing shirtless and they'll be like, "Oh, they can't give them a price just yet because they have to wait for December so they know how to price their apartments."
So I'm gonna be back for Detty December in Nigeria. I'm trying to get an Airbnb. I've reached out to several Airbnbs and they all say the same thing. You're not gonna be able to book right now because we're just gonna cancel it because we want to raise the prices. What? I don't know if I understand the greed. So even though I am early to book for my trip in December, it is currently October, November, December. It's literally 3 months. I can't book yet because you want to see what the market value would look like because of the crowd coming in December. So you're going to wait and not reward me for being early like most places would around the world, but instead let me go through this, whatever the case may be. How is that not insane?
From a business point of view, I guess it makes sense. Like economically, it makes sense because they're gonna make more money. But in the reality sort of view, like everybody else, it's kind of uncomfortable and it's a very stupid idea. And there's a classic example of something called Veblen goods, right? So the higher the price, the more status are associated with it. Right? It's not about enjoyment, it's about being seen. And the asymmetric information comes in here where people only see the glam, not the stress, the traffic. Like now, let's say you want to go to Takwa Bay, you want to go to Ilashe, and typically you and your friends will take a banana boat. And you guys are fine with it, like you don't mind. But because it's December, everybody's posting those big boats with the railings and the captain driving. Typically, that is not within your budget because you guys it's December. Something that's good and bad of saying it's December, like do it for the plot. I'm down for that, but at the same time, think about it in the future. Typically, cannot avoid it. If you guys use this money to get this boat, it's gonna affect something else. But because of you want to take the pictures on a snap, you want to post it on TikTok, you want to a nice aesthetic video on Instagram, you take the bigger boats. I want to stop here, but like if you want to read more about this, you can go to my Substack and look for a Substack titled "The Economical Economic State of the Economic Effects." I'll link it so you can go and read. And it also doesn't stop our prices. Like I said, Lagos becomes overpacked, traffic worsens, security is a concern, and infrastructure begins to feel the excess pressure. VIP convoys, siren abuse.
Everybody and their grandmothers that are coming from the abroad is carrying police escort. Who know you? Who want to kidnap you? Oh my god, Lagos is not safe. Oh my god, Lagos is not safe. Who want to kidnap you, brother? Sister, only one car, 3 Prado Jeep. I was going from Jakonde to Via yesterday. 4 hours in traffic was not enough for you. People had to add battle of sirens. I'm here, waiting they happen. Waiting, what is going on?
Police escorts show a moral hazard that the elite enjoy privileges that impose costs on everyone else. There's time loss, fuel wastage, stress increase, and classic negative externality. So the combination of all of this have caused many locals to rethink whether being dirty is really worth it, right? Most of us should stay at home. Me, if I did not necessarily have to leave my house in December, I did not leave. Unless it was work or a concert I was really looking forward to and I knew that I might not have the opportunity to see them again. throughout the year. These are the biggest factors I would say that dampen the festive spirit for local residents. The soaring inflation and cost of living due to Nigeria's significant economic challenges right now. The disposable income for most Nigerians have drastically shrunk. Then there's the price grouping, the massive influx of Nigerians from the diaspora who have higher spending power due to their foreign currency, and businesses, ready hospitality, short-let apartments, salon, inflate their prices. So in the city of Lagos in particular, struggles to handle the massive surge of people and events because of the great log traffic, the overwhelmed service, and the exhaustion. So in short, what Detty December remains an economic powerhouse and a cultural showcase of Afrobeat and Nigerian culture, resilience, and enjoyment. The average Nigerian has increasingly become associated with undesirable costs, overwhelming traffic, and crushing social pressure to spend the money they don't have, transforming it from a celebration into a stressful ordeal. Is to December really dying? It's not dying, I would say, but it's definitely changing. The days of everyone being forced into a citywide party and being excited about it is changing. It's no longer guaranteed fun for everyone, and economic pressures, overcrowding, and infrastructural limits have made the month more stressful than celebratory for a lot of people. Yet, there's still beauty in it. Friends reunite, families reconnect, concerts happen, people have their December love stories, and the city just comes alive in a way it never does throughout the year. The magic hasn't disappeared, but it's definitely shifting. Like, we just are finally realizing that December is actually just a month. So it's time to celebrate. It's time to also prioritize sanity and rest. A lot of us work throughout the year. Rest. I think people are beginning to realize that because there's a tweet I saw recently that said, oh, like, nobody really broke in January, which is typically the after effect of a dirty December. Yeah, broke in January. But like people don't seem to be broke in January, which I'm thinking that people are beginning to make wiser economic decisions. And that story of dirty December, the good, the bad, and I think everything in between. So let me know your dirty December experiences in the comment. What do you think about dirty December? Is it overhyped? Is it weird? Is it tiring? Do you still think it's like as popping as it is? So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for post notifications. I'm going to try and be on here more with my commentaries. Bye.